how to react to unsatisfied customer feedback. So I'm curious, like, how many of you here have your own business already, or maybe you're servicing clients as an employee? You're maybe your customer service, your frontliners. Yeah, just put it in the chat. So I know as well, because this is very interesting. Because nowadays, because of the digital age, to interact with our clients can be, face to face, in person, or online. And people can leave online reviews and things like that. So I wonder where you are getting the feedback from, because this is critical. So a few things is that the main difference when you are tackling feedback online is that you have time, right? You have time on your side to answer their feedback, or maybe like give them something, reply to them later on. But when it's face to face, then you don't have time, like you need to come up with an answer, or need to appease them, if it's really a negative feedback, right? So these kind of things that is the main difference between online and face to face. But the key here to understand is emotions. So when a customer, a client is unsatisfied, definitely there are some negative emotions there, right? And the worst thing that a business owner or an entrepreneur can do is to match that emotion. So if the customer is angry, then you become angry, you get triggered, and you become angry as well, and clash with the client. That's the worst thing that can happen. So emotions is the key component here in this situation. So the first thing, when it's online, it's great because you can like pause and don't reply, and settle down your own emotions first. And at the same time, when time passes, the emotions of the client also goes down. And a lot of these days when I do talks, I also share that how emotions is so powerful, that it's one of the key measures of success. A lot of successful people have very good management of their emotions. So that is the first thing. So, but when you are face to face with a client, then that's where you need to kind of like be more adept, more skillful. But first, I think I love this, and this is something that an exercise that I would give to my coaching clients as well. Is called the gratefulness exercise, right? Because you see, when we run a business, and when a customer actually gives us feedback, positive or negative, whatever, what happens is that we are getting informed. We are getting informed about our business, our products, our service, our brand, and it's fantastic, because the opposite is that a customer goes. So let's say, for example, you have a restaurant business, and a customer comes in, eats, and then goes out, and then basically nothing, and you don't know what's the status of your business. But if a client gives you feedback, even if it's negative, then you can do something about it. So the first step is to be grateful that you are receiving feedback, right? So that's the first step. Then the second is, when you are tackling this, when you are handling this face to face, then it's best to create some time, some space between the emotions of the customer and you. So it's best if you can pause and breathe, right? So pause and breathe, and so that your emotions get settled down. Because ultimately, as an entrepreneur, you need to think that it's really not about you, right? So when an unsatisfied customer gives negative feedback, it's not about you. It's about them. It's about their experience. So if you can, get out of your head and think about the client themselves, and okay, try to understand, okay, where is my client coming from? Why are they, unsatisfied and complaining? And then the dynamic changes. Then you go back into the reason why you started the business in the first place, which is, creating something to actually provide something to help other people. And so that is the powerful state that you can be in, instead of like clashing with another person's emotions. This is really powerful. And so that's why one of the things that we did in our company is to really develop products to support people in managing their emotions as well. Yeah. So yeah, I hope I answered that clearly. Thank you very much for that question. How to define a successful entrepreneur? Nice. Coach, right? It's very easy for me to extract this from my clients, because one of the first questions that I ask to my coaching clients is that, what do you want, right? What do you want, let's say, for example, for your business? And we break it down and discuss this. We talk about this, like, what specifically do you want? And the interesting thing is success, right? Success, or how each and every one of us define a successful entrepreneur, or how to become a successful entrepreneur, is totally different for each and every one of us. And some of us would have a standard idea of what a successful entrepreneur is. So let's say, for example, I want to be like Elon Musk, like I have like this huge business. Or maybe some will have an idea, I want to become a millionaire, entrepreneur. And those are like standard answers to that question. But if you really pause and ask yourself, okay, like for me, like what would be a success? Like, how can I tell myself that I'm already a successful entrepreneur? And that is your answer. So even though if I tell you like, this is how you define a successful entrepreneur, then it might not fit your own beliefs and values as well. But of course, there are certain like standards, right? So let's say, for example, an entrepreneur is only an entrepreneur because they have a business, right? So a business that actually helps people, contributes back to the society, and all these things. So a measure that you can put into, like, to call yourself a successful entrepreneur, for example, is my business profitable, right? So if it's profitable, even if it's just $1, then I'm successful. Or for me, let's say for me, since I am the business of transformation, I'm in the business of helping people become better, become their best selves. So for me, my measure of success for my business as an entrepreneur is if I can help even just one person, right, either in their transformation or become successful, then I'm already successful. You see how kind of like low that is? Because that's up to me to decide. And when I hit that, and I hit that like multiple times, then I feel so good, because it just keeps reinforcing that I am successful. Oh, I help another person today, I'm successful. So instead of like, although I do have big goals, like, I want to help like 1 million wannabe entrepreneurs. But if that is my measure of success, like, I will only become successful after I help 1 million people. So every day, I cannot call myself successful, right? Because I need to wait until I hit 1 million. And so that is the difference. Even one of the people that I learned from and follow, Anthony Robbins. So Anthony Robbins' measure of success is, even if he just learned one thing in a day, he calls himself a success. So I model that from Anthony Robbins as well. Yeah. So how you can define yourself as a successful entrepreneur will really depend on you. Like the answer must come from you, right? So if you need help with that, you can always find a coach, or you can message me as well. You can have a conversation about that. A good thing with having someone else, like a professional coach, asking you, questions, because they are very skilled in asking these powerful questions as well. Good. Thank you for that question.
Oh, hey there. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the bell button so you get updated of the new videos. See you in the next one.